Bonjour! My name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV, the eau de vie edition. This is day 19 of the Costco Wine Advent Box. 6 more days. What will the wine be today? Okay, I said this in the beginning when I started this series, but I'm going to repeat it here. I don't know what these wines are. I am completely blind. I have no idea. I don't look at the website. I don't go ahead or anything. And in day 17, the Côte de Gascon Blanc, I got fooled. That's where I thought it was a Sauvignon Blanc Semillon blend because a Uni Blanc Colombard blend would be gross and disgusting. Well, yesterday I was checking back on the website for the producer because the bottle, the Côte de Gascon Blanc, didn't tell me what it was. So I went back and looked, and it wasn't Uni Blanc and Colombard blend. I was wrong. And I'm surprised. I scored that 91 points. So, wow. Hey, good job, Costco Wine Box, putting a little hidden gem in there because that was pretty good. Okay. I can get it wrong. I don't check, and I do that because it's fun for me to open these. All right, let's get to it. Enough yakking. Day 19, right here in this completely, oh no, that is gone. All right, well, I guess there isn't a column left that is unmarred by the vagaries of the cardboard. Oh, goodness. Okay. What do we have? Aha! It's a white wine, Gruner Veltliner. All right, if you've never had this, you're in for a treat. Okay, so let's talk about our Gruner Veltliner Zenit blend from Hungary. We look at the back of the label. It says 51% Zenit, 49% Gruner Veltliner. That's 51% very obscure grape, 49% slightly obscure grape. Let's talk about Gruner Veltliner first. Gruner Veltliner is an Austrian grape variety. It grew up and evolved in Austria. It is light, high acid, crisp, tart, has flavors of limes, maybe a little lemon, but more on the lime palate. It's greenish in color. It's an easy drinker. If you like high acid, very light white wine, Gruner Veltliner is your ticket. Now, the Austrians usually sell them in big 1-liter bottles. I've seen them even with beer bottle crown caps on them, or the screw cap with the Austrian flag on the top. You can also get Gruner Veltliner from Hungary. Now, Zenit, that's really obscure. This is a Hungarian grape variety that evolved in Hungary. I don't think anybody else in the world is growing it. It is very early ripening, which helps cold regions of the world, that the grape will get to maturity quicker. The big problem with making wine in most parts of the planet is that you need that grape to bring its sugar level up to a proper point. What happens in a grape berry itself is as it's maturing and it has some seeds in there, it doesn't want predators to eat the seeds. So it keeps its acids really high and its tannins are really, really bitter. As it matures, now the grape thinks, okay, seeds are ready. Let's send them around. Let's make ourselves delicious so that we'll get propagated. So now the acids fall, the tannins become smoother and less aggressive, and the grape becomes sweeter. If you don't have a growing region where you get enough sunlight, because grapes love the sun, they love to be hot and tortured by the sun. If you don't have a region that is warm enough like that, you're not going to get that sugar, and if you don't have the sugar, you can't get fermentation. So Zenit ripens early for the Hungarians, and it makes, ta-da, this wine. Have I ever had Zenit? Nope. Never have. Have I ever had a Zenit Gruner Veltliner blend? No. Is this going to be interesting? Yeah. Let's try it. Okay, we are trying our day 19 wine, so that means you'll need a new tasting card. Link in the description for the tasting card. If you are following along and doing your tasting cards, then good for you. The question could be, what do I do with the tasting cards after I'm done with them? Well, you know, I just throw mine away. I don't really keep notes like that. I use the tasting card as a tool to try to break apart the components of the wine. That's really what it is. We're trying to analyze the wine, and the tasting card is a formula to follow for analyzation. Analyzation? Is that a word? Sure it is. I just said it. All right, here we go. Haha. Gruner Veltliner and Zenit. Very interesting. Pour this in the glass. I have the top of my tasting card filled out, and you should too. Looking at the color, this is probably the palest white wine we've had. It's still yellowish. It's yellow and pale. All right, let's smell it. Whenever I open a bottle, you kind of get that first initial whoof of aroma, and now in the glass, it's going to be interesting. Swirling helps open up the wine. It's not overly aromatic. It's just not overly aromatic. Maybe a little bit of citrus of some sort. I'll give it a 5 for aroma. Okay, let's taste it. Okay, dry or sweet? Dry. That's pretty easy. What's the body? I'm surprised it's a little bigger than I thought it would be, but I'm going to say light. I thought it was going to be very light. Now the acids. I'm definitely salivating. It's tingly, not particularly tingly, not as tingly as I would have thought. Of course, I didn't check the temperature here. It's cold and snowy out today, so I think I'm going to be fine. 60 degrees. Well, that is a bit on the warm side for this white. Could it be colder? It could be. That would give me more of a crispness for the acidic concept, but I'm going to go crisp. And the acidity is nice. It continues, actually, so I'm going to give it an 8. Now the balance. Let's taste it again. Alcohol. Don't notice it. The acid. Wow, the acidity is quite wettening in the mouth. I'm salivating a lot, so you get that really wet mouthfeel. No tannins, sugars are fine, balance is good. I'm going to give it an 8, nicely balanced. Complexity. Do I notice a lot of additional flavors? Not particularly. What do I get mostly? Citrus, lime. It's very easy. It's a nice flavor in my mouth, but it's not overly complex. I'm going to give it a 5 for complexity. Now finish. I've had 2 sips and I can still taste it. This is a very long and very nice, lengthy finish. It keeps going and going. I like this finish a lot. It's really good. Is it a 9? Certainly an 8. I'm going to give it a 9 for the finish. Why not? What the heck? All right, I'm going to go do my math. Okay, here are my scores for our day 19 Gruner Veltliner and Zenit from Hungary blend. Aroma 5, acidity 8, balance 8, complexity 5, finish and length 9. Really did have a nice finish. I can still taste it. 35 points. Add that to 50 and you've got 85 points. Now, this wine is perfect for leaving in the fridge door. You buy yourself a big Austrian party bottle. It's got a screw cap. You don't have to mess with a cork. Or you get the Hungarian ones. It's a little few dollars cheaper. And we're talking 10 bucks or around there somewhere. Leave that in the fridge. Come home from work or you're going to make dinner. Pull it out, pour it in your glass, and have a nice, crisp white wine as you work your way through making dinner for the evening. That's what this is. That's what Pinot Grigio is, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc. A lot of wines are just perfect for that. And the white wines are really even better because they can hang out in the fridge. They don't have to be warm on the counter. They're just sitting there in the door taunting you every time you open it. Anyway, this is a nice wine for that. 10 bucks, cheap, inexpensive. It's not particularly extraordinary, and nor does it want to be. It's everyday, which is great. The Costco wine box is allowing us to wander around and look at all these different types of wine. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of this, and that's the purpose of learning about wine. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think about the Gruner Veltliner and Zenit blend in the comments down below. And if you haven't subscribed, come on, subscribe already. Until tomorrow, until day 20, I say à tout à l'heure and cheers.
Hello. What do I have today? Gruner Veltliner. Here I go sniffing again. I think maybe kind of smells like lime. Kind of smells like dry lime. I don't know why that would be or what that even means. That is odd. Okay, I did just brush my teeth and I have minty lotion on my hands. Let me try this again. That is weird. It's kind of bitter and kind of limey and kind of dry, and yet it wets your mouth at the same time. Very odd. I'm not against it. I'm not sure I'm for it. I probably need a few more tastes, but I'll try that later. Cheers.